during what is his 27th UFC fight week. UFC featherweight contender Jeremy Stephens. Lil Heathen, a married man now, by the way, so congratulations on that, Mr. Stephens. How are you today, man?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Feeling great, man. Ready to kick off this week.
So 27 damn UFC fights, man. And remarkably, this is actually going to be your 12th at 145 pounds. Kenny's having an anxiety attack. You can't see him, but just hearing that this is a dozen attempts at featherweight for you. Really, though, Jeremy, it seems like you've mastered the whole weight management part of this equation for you. Is that fair to say at this point?
Yeah, 100%, man. With that many fights, comes experience. There was a time back in the day, I think I forgot to bring my shirt to the weigh-ins, and Kenny Florian gave me a shirt off his back so I could go out there and represent a sponsor that we shared. So, with that, it comes experience, and I take all that knowledge and just keep getting better, man. Keep making the recipe a little bit better each time.
See, John Anik would never do that. See, I literally gave the shirt off my back for you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember that?
I do. That's funny, man. That's awesome.
That's a long time.
Yeah, man. Wow.
He doesn't remember much, but he remembers that. So, so this Sunday night, Jeremy, it's going to be your third UFC main event for you. So you headline against Joe Lozon 2009, Cub Swanson in 2014. Now this Sunday, it's going to be this Korean Superboy Doo-Ho Choi. Any particular area of focus for you and Eric Del Fiero and everybody else in trying to prepare for what is obviously a very offensive fighter here?
Always the game plan is to come out and new and improved Jeremy Stephens. And, of course, always bring down my sidekick, Lil Heathen, and just go in there and handle business. And it's business as usual. And just going out there, giving my best, having a great performance. And when I do that, I give exciting fights. I give the fans what they want, and I'm usually walking away with 2 or more checks.
Jeremy, obviously Doo-Ho Choi is known for his knockout power. His last fight against Cub Swanson was a crazy fight, just back and forth. A guy who loves to go out there and look for the knockout. Does this style of fight favor you?
Yeah, I believe so. One thing about me is I'm good at getting into brawls, but I'm also not there to hit. Not saying that I don't get hit, but I'm pretty good at doing the damage and inflicting it and receiving less. So for him, from what I've seen, what made that fight was him just having a granite chin and getting rocked and making Cub look like a beast. They had a great fight. There was a little bit of back and forth action. I feel pretty confident in my skills that I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make it look real easy and put a beating on this guy. He's very tough. He can take it, and I love to give it. So it makes for an exciting fight.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. This 145-pound division is probably like the second or third toughest in the UFC. Where does the win over Doo-Ho Choi put you?
I don't really know. The rankings are so made up and bizarre these days. It's just kind of unreal. I don't really think about that. That's not something I'm really thinking about. The only thing I'm thinking about is going in there, handling business, beating his ass, and then we can talk afterwards, and we'll see what the UFC wants to do. There's like you said, it's an exciting division. There's a lot of exciting matchups, people that I haven't fought yet, up and coming and rising stars. So there's a lot of potential out there for future great matchups. But right now, my 100% focus is dialed in on Ho Choi.
Jeremy Stephens with us here on the Anik and Florian podcast. You can see him fight in the main event this Sunday night, January 14th on FS1. So 5-round fight, third of this for you in the UFC. Does anything change for you either when it comes to the preparation or actually how you approach the fight on fight night?
No, not at all. A fight's a fight. A fight can end within 10 seconds. It can end in the last 10 seconds of the five rounds. So cardio is not a problem for me as it is for other guys. And like I said, the experience plays on my side. When I first got this fight, there was no main event, and I honestly was telling my coaches, man, if anything happens to the main event or there's no main event, it's going to be us. This is an exciting fight. This is something that the fans want. This is what everybody's screaming about. At this day and age, that's what I train for. I don't just train for a 15-minute fight. I'm in there with Dominic Cruz and other world champions and training for that championship level, and that mindset's always there. And cardio, it's been a blessing to me. In each fight, my cardio gets more and more better as long as the weight cuts and everything. Like you said, the experience is on my side and put on a five-round performance.
I know Kenny referenced the title picture. You were born in 1986, so you're still only 31 years old despite the volumes of UFC experience. You're number 9 in the world right now. but you've never fought for the title. I mean, is that something you were more obsessed with earlier in your career, and now it's sort of just about big fights and paydays, or would your career feel incomplete if you don't get another crack at Max or get a crack at that UFC featherweight title at some point down the line?
I think you just have to trust the process. You know, everybody talks about the title. Well, to me, it's about the process and getting to that title. It's each fight, each step forward. It's just like a run. You can look at a run. It's 15 miles. That may seem long, but as you're doing it and enjoying the process, when it's all said and done, and then when you get there, it's like, oh, that really wasn't that bad. So as of right now, I feel like I'm a lot more closer to that title than ever before in my career. But it all starts with each fight and each win. So like I said, all my focus is on Ho Choi, and after that puts me one step closer. And you know, that's definitely something in my career that I'm looking forward to reaching, and I definitely can accomplish that here in 2018, 100% for sure.
I no doubt in my mind at 145 pounds you can do it. The cardio has been huge for you recently. I'm sure you don't give a shit, but any idea who the betting favorite is this Sunday night? Do you think it's you or Do Ho Choi?
You know what? I think just with my experience and everything that you know, you always see a new Jeremy Stephens. Yeah, you can go back and look at like, oh, look, he's got these tendencies and this and that. But one thing is for sure is that I keep coming with new tactics, new weapons in the arsenal. And now that I'm back with Alliance MMA, it's all about the mindset, the preparation, and Eric Del Fierro, who's a big key to the success. So there's always something different that you're going to find with me. I keep growing. I don't just stay the same. If I would have stayed the same, like back when me and Kenny were fighting side by side, you know, I'd be done for now. I wouldn't be in the game. And the thing that's helped me do that is my constant growth, my constant evolution to evolve and always get better and come with new, always these young, hungry kids that are looking to take you out. So you have to get better or else you're going to die. So that's just the mindset going in there. And I'm excited for this fight. It's going to be a great one.
You hear a lot of the elite fighters talk about constantly reinventing themselves, try to keep the opposition guessing. All right, Jeremy Stephens against Do Ho Choi. That's your main event, UFC Fight Night on FS1 this Sunday. Jeremy, thanks for the time, man. Hopefully it's a big 2018 for you, and we look forward to seeing you on the road show pretty soon, my man. All the best on Sunday night.
Thank you, guys. And make sure you guys bring your long johns. It's going to be cold if you guys are going to Missouri.
Buckle up. Yeah.
Can't wait, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Kenny. You guys have a great week.
Thank you. There he is, Lil Heathen, Jeremy Stephens, with us on the Anakin Florian podcast. Not the greatest connection there, but right now Jeremy Stephens plus 140. So Do Ho Choi is the minus 180 betting favorite, I should say. Time permitting, we will get a main event prediction out of Ken Flo before the end of the show, but good to grab Jeremy Stephens with us here during Fight Week on the Anakin Florian podcast. Holloway, good fight card coming up. Don't forget it's a Sunday night on FS1. Thiago Alves, Zach Cummings, that's a prelim. James Krause, Alex White, also a prelim. How about the featured prelim, the aforementioned Darren Elkins, number 10 in the world at featherweight, taking on Michael Johnson. The St. Louis-born Michael Johnson is pissed he's fighting on the prelims. And it's hard to blame him, right? This is a guy who has won UFC main events against Dustin Poirier, been in there with Khabib and several other elite lightweights, now making his featherweight debut against Darren Elkins. Main card, Kamaru Usman against Emil Meck, Paige Van Zandt, Jessica Rose Clark, Vitor Belfort, and Uriah Hall, all leading into the main event between Jeremy Stephens and Do Ho Choi. Ken Flo, main event challenge starts next week with the pay-per-view UFC 220, but for the gamblers out there, any lean on Jeremy Stephens and Do Ho Choi this coming Sunday night?
Well, listen, with both these guys' tendencies to stand up and trade, as accurate as Do Ho Choi is, I think Jeremy Stephens just hits a little bit harder, and I think